Question 1.
I've got an idea for the cartons.
For the new range of fruit juices?
Yes. Instead of the plain colours we have now, you know, orange for orange juice, green for apple juice,
Yes.
I thought we could have pictures of fruit on them.
So the orange carton will have oranges on, and so on?
Well, no. The carton will be white. What do you think?
Yes, it could work. Question 2.
It's bad news, I'm afraid.
Oh dear. Are we going to close at the end of the month then?
Worse. We are looking at slowing things down by the 10th and then stopping production altogether the following Friday.
On the 18th?
Yes.
Oh, we'll have to tell everybody as soon as possible then.
Question 3.
Hi there, Malcolm. Have you seen the figures for this month? Some good news at last. Electrical goods have sold very well this month.
Well, that's good. I know the company was getting quite worried about it. As you know, May wasn't great and April was even worse.
That's right. Let's hope this trend continues.
Question 4.
Good morning. It's Frank Lee speaking. Could I leave a message for Sam Singh, please?
Yes, of course.
Could you tell him I can't see him today? I'll call him tomorrow to rearrange things.
So you can't see him today, but you'll meet him tomorrow?
No, I'll call him tomorrow. I can't see him.
OK, I'll pass that on.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Question 5.
You know there's still not enough room in the car park for all the staff. I'm going to speak to the manager about it.
That won't do any good. Last year we had a meeting about it with the manager and things didn't improve. I think we should write to the chief executive and complain.
The chief executive? Will he be interested?
Possibly.
Question 6.
So, it's been a good week for confectionery and cakes and biscuits, I see.
Yes. Last week it was frozen foods that came out top.
Ah, but soft drinks are doing even better. I think that must be because of the party season.
Yes. They are definitely our best-selling line this week.
Question 7.
Oh dear, these labels look terrible. You can't really read the addresses at all. The ink is awfully faint.
I see what you mean. I think it's my fault. I forgot to order a new ink cartridge, I'm afraid.
Oh, never mind. Perhaps I'd better write these envelopes by hand.
Don't worry. I'll go and see if I can get one from another department. I'll make sure it's on the stationery order for this week.
Question 8.
That was Mr. Royal on the phone. He's leaving his hotel now. Says he'll see you at the restaurant. Shall I let him know you're on your way?
Don't worry. I'll call him on my mobile once I'm in the taxi. Can you look after things in the office?
Sure, don't worry. You know everything will be fine.
OK. You can get me there if you need to.
I know. Now, time to go or you'll be late.
Hello, Rebecca Barber speaking.
Is that Miss Barr?
No, it's Barber. B-A-R-B-E-R.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Barber. My name is Justin, and I'm calling from PMG Insurance. I'm calling to remind you that your professional insurance policy is due for renewal.
Oh, of course. We're in November now. When is it due exactly?
On the 1st of December. You may like to think about increasing your cover.
What am I covered for at the moment? About 10,000, isn't it?
Your present cover is for £1 million.
And what does that cost me?
The annual fee is £117.60, which you pay off at £9.80 a month, or, if you prefer, in 10 equal instalments of £11. That's a small saving there. Then again, you might like to consider increasing this to £2 million or £5 million. As you may be aware, the courts are awarding higher and higher sums at the moment. We have a special offer of £146 for £2 million. There is another offer going of £200 for £5 million, but perhaps you don't need to go that high.
I don't know. Seems like a lot of money.
Well, if you'd like to think about it, just call me back later with your scheme number and I'll see what we can do for you. It's JR56782, isn't it?
My telephone number, it's 01449 34...
No, your scheme number.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Let me see. It's JR. Yes, that's it. Thanks. I'll give it some thought.
In the meantime, you will be receiving the renewal forms in the post.
Thanks. Bye.
Goodbye, and thank you for your time.
Before you go, I'd like to tell you about the business courses I'm involved in during the summer in the UK. It will be a great opportunity for you to improve your English while you reinforce some of the work you've been doing this year. Each course lasts a week and is fairly intensive. At the moment, there are still places left in the second week of August, so that's the 9th to the 15th. The total cost, which I'll come to in a minute, sounds expensive, but it does include all your accommodation, though not your food or travel. During the week, which is hard work but very interesting, there are seminars on a variety of topics. Now, before you say, "Oh no, not all that stuff again on communication and customer care," let me say this is different. In fact, there will be talks on familiar subjects such as SWOT analysis and the effects of inflation, but you'll be pleased to hear that the people talking about these things will be guest speakers from the real world. At the moment, I believe that business guru Martin Porter will be coming. He's from the airline sector, and I know they are hoping to invite someone from the stock exchange. I'll let you know more about that later. Then, if you're interested, there will be visits to the Bank of England in London and Ford Motors in Dagenham, although I expect many of you might prefer to go to the nightclubs and pubs of old London town. At the end of the course, there will be the usual farewell dinner, where you'll be presented with a certificate if you've passed and a slap on the back if you haven't. And just to make you keener, the top student, that's the one who does best in the test at the end, will actually get a refund of 50% off the total cost of the course. Now, that's worth having, isn't it? So, let me tell you a bit about the costs and so on.
Helen James is a consultant to a government department and is currently looking at trends in employment and redundancy.
Good morning, Howard. Yes, what I am seeing at the moment is a change in work patterns. More and more people are either not finding or giving up permanent full-time jobs. Others simply can't get full-time work.
So there's more unemployment?
That's not what I'm looking at. It is true that many companies no longer offer as many permanent posts as they used to. In fact, these days it doesn't make good business sense for most companies to take on staff on long-term contracts. But that often means that they can afford higher salaries.
Well, it seems to be the case, doesn't it, that many firms offer a lot more part-time jobs as well.
Yes, that is certainly a trend we are noticing, especially in certain sectors such as catering and retail.
But it's always been possible to get part-time work in shops and restaurants.
Yes, it has. But we are seeing something different. Often those part-time jobs were to cover for holidays or weekend work. Now we are seeing that some of the largest retailers employ nearly all their staff on the shop floor on a part-time basis.
But not the managers, though.
No, not usually at the top. But some of the middle managers are now part-time. And it works.
But surely that's a bad thing for society.
Is it? I can remember in the 1990s when I was starting up the business, I used to work 70 or 80 hours a week, sometimes more. It was what I wanted to do, and I lived to work. The trouble was that I thought that people who didn't work so many hours were not serious about their jobs.
You don't work so hard?
I don't work so many hours. I probably work better, and I'm sure I'm more productive in the hours I do work. We call it working smart.
Yes, it sounds sensible, but for most people, having a full-time permanent job is what's important, isn't it?
I don't think so. In fact, we have to change our opinions about the way we work, and this is what I feel strongly about. The trouble is, many people still think that part-time jobs or even temporary jobs are not real jobs. That is rubbish. It's also unrealistic because there aren't, as I said at the beginning, enough of those sorts of jobs to go round.
So, what do we do?
We have to start thinking about work in a different way. I think we must try to stop people thinking that if we are not working full-time or if we don't have a permanent job, then we are not serious workers.
Yes, and I believe that the total number of people in work has increased.
That's right. Since 1995, total numbers have gone up by 5%, but the rise for people over the age of 40 is 18%. And it's 22% for the over 50s. Much of this increase amongst mature people is due to them taking on part-time work.
And I understand that the number of mothers returning to work after having a family is also increasing.
Yes, that's true. And all these groups may be deciding to find work that fits in with their lives. Interestingly, a significant number of mature people in their 50s are taking on part-time work to finance their return to education. All these people are choosing to work part-time.
So what we're looking at here is a complete change in the way people